Welcome back, Devo Does Stuff. Today, apparently, I'm working on a garage door opener. It got a little over halfway. Right there is where the arm hooks in. Got about a little over halfway open and it just quit. The door seems to be working fine. So I pulled the emergency handle and lowered the door. So then I took it apart up here, and there's all this white powder in there. So I have discovered that, let's see if I can get it to focus. There it went. That's a plastic gear right there. As you can see, it's all chewed up. And what drives it, this part right here, appears to be ceramic. So they got a ceramic worm gear driving a plastic gear. This has been getting chewed on for a while. So my next step, let's see, I took this guard off here. That was in there like that. I took my channel locks and tried to turn it just to get that down here where I could raise it all the way by hand, and it's not working. It clicked a couple times and moved a little bit, but then I don't know if it's up against a good gear, a good tooth here or what, but it's not slipping past. And so I got to looking at it. To get that out, that's the shaft right there, it comes down. So it's got another little gear here on the bottom. It's got a clip, there it is, that holds it on. Runs through the hole in the center of that shaft. And this comes off. So my next step is I've got to get around there and look and see if there's some kind of circlip or something holding that on. But what I think I'm going to have to do now is take this. There's 3 screws holding this on top. That's the sprocket right there that turns the chain. In order to pull that out, I'm going to have to take those 3 screws out and see if I can get this raised up. I'll have to, ooh, that chain is tight too. I don't know what I'll do with it. I might be able to just lean it forward, lean it towards the garage door a little bit and loosen it up and pull it off. Let me see. Sawing. All right. So I have picked out a 5/32 pin punch, which seems to fit pretty close to this. So it's coming out. I can't tell that there's any particular direction that's supposed to come out, one way or the other. Oh, what am I thinking? Get some gloves on. Gotta love your hands. Come on now. Yeah, it's coming out. There it came out. There's my roll pin. So this, yeah, that slides right off. No problem. So I looked on the eBay last night, and there's several of them that had this gear. I was worried it might be hard to find. 81B0045, but it was not. There's a pile of them on there, and I ordered the first one that I seen. It was $7.99, and it comes with the worm gear as well, which I'll get up in there and look at that a little closer. But as far as I know, I don't need that worm gear. It looks to be ceramic, and it is in fine shape. It's these teeth right here that are gone. And this has remnants of some kind of like white grease on it. So I'll go back. I've got white grease, so I'll go back with white grease when I put the new one in. And I also have some PB Blaster garage door lubricant that I'll use. I haven't done it yet this year. I try to do it at least once a year. And I'll go back and spray all my joints and rollers and everything with that garage door lubricant, the spring, once I get that new part in. But I get that new part in, it should just slide right on here. Doesn't look like it matters which way it goes. But that's that for now. And put this back. Keep these punches in this thing. And that way I don't lose track of them. Normally the first thing I do is take them all out of this, but I've got loose punches and chisels and stuff everywhere. I got this, just a cheap set I got off of Amazon, but it has just about everything you need in it. And if I know I need a certain size, I can go to that and don't have to go through my pile of other ones to Try to find one that fits it. I'll be back when I get my part. I got my new gear. I got a new worm gear with it, but the worm gear that's in there, I believe, is in fine shape, so. That seemed like a bit looser fit on there than the original, but that's okay. There we go. There we go. I got it. Oh. Sticking through this side just a little more than what the other side is. That's pretty close. Being centered. Close enough, I think. Now, this had a bunch of white grease in it. I'm gonna wait till make sure everything meshes real good with this, with my existing gear up there before I put the grease on it. This has to go in that hole right there. And then this gear lines up with those gears. And you can see, still got about a 1/4 inch to go. So. But there it went. It went right down on. I took a nylon brush, cleaned those gears out real good because there was a lot of plastic debris in there. I don't know what that is, if it's plastic. It looks like ceramic, but the new one is plastic. But there's nothing wrong with this one, so I'm not going to go through the trouble changing it. So I know this is fine. So I was going to take it back out and put grease on it, but I think I'll just leave it where it's at and put the grease on it. And then I gotta figure out where these holes, let me pull it up out of there a little bit and see where these holes line up. There's 3 of them that are threaded. And looks like that might be it right there. I'm guessing those screws come up out from the bottom. Let's see here. I think when I took that off, I had to pull this up and kind of lean it forward to get that chain off. So I may have to do that to get it back on. I think I got it. Well, maybe not. I think I can get it on there. I think I can get it on there. I've got it loosened up as far as it'll go without coming off. I think I can get that on, so. I'm gonna go ahead and get these 3 bolts started. Then I'll put the chain back on. I'm gonna grease everything first. Well, I can grease everything last. Let me go ahead and get this bolted down tight and then put the chain on, because if I can't get the chain on, then I have to take that back off. On and got the chain on, and you can see the chain's pretty loose. I'll take up my slack there in that adjuster right there to where the chain should ride right here on top of this T-bar. So I'll take up that slack. I will grease up these two gears, and then I have this little gear goes on the bottom of that shaft that I just put in. So it goes on like that, and then this little pitchfork looking thing goes through to hold it on like that. And I'll put some grease in that too. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Something to do with these adjusters. If I need to do some adjusting, I may have to look up some kind of operating instructions or something. But it was working fine before that gear stripped out. So. Plenty of that on there, and what I'm using is Handy Andy heavy duty white grease, which this is very old. I've had this can for 35 years, I'll bet you. Don't use it very often. Completely sealed. Once I get done, that cover will go back over this, so it's not like there's gonna get any dirt in it or anything. All right. Now, I will tighten that chain up, and I may lower the garage door and turn this thing on and see what it does. I don't know if it runs till it gets to the end or what, because well, you can see where this thing is right now. It's pretty much wide open right now, I think. I think that's because the garage door is all the way up. So I may have to, I don't know, let's see. I'm gonna tighten this up. To do that, I've got to move over and stand on my side-by-side to get to it, so let me do that. All right, I got it. The first time I tried it, it stopped about 6 inches shy of closing all the way. So what I did was I looked at my cover here, and this one says to increase travel. That one's down, turn it counterclockwise. That one's up, turn it clockwise. So I turned this one, I figured 6 inches. It probably needs quite a bit, so I turned it counterclockwise quite a bit, and it was too much. It was hitting the ground and bouncing off and coming all the way back up, but when it would come all the way back up, it would be about right here with the end of the garage door. So I adjusted them both at the same time. I had to keep backing this one, the left one, turning it back clockwise till I finally got it to stop. You can see it's open further than the other one. I don't think it's hurting anything to open that far, but it doesn't need to go that far. So let's see, to open increase travel up, it needs to go clockwise. So I need to go a little counterclockwise on that one. But anyway, that's going to do it. I may adjust it a little bit more, but it closes fine and opens fine. It's just opening just a little bit more than what it probably needs to. But now all I have left to do is put this cover back on, and I've got all the screws sitting up there on top of my ladder. So this job is done other than putting that cover on. And then I'll probably get my lube out and spray the spring. And I noticed one of my panels is coming loose on my insulation that I put on this winter, because I don't have any heat in my garage. So put these panels on, and I was hoping it would maybe keep it a little cooler in the summer too. So anyway, that's going to do it for this job. I got other jobs to do, so I've got my inner tubes in for my spreader. That'll be my next project. Thanks for watching. Devo Does Stuff.